you know, sometimes stops it from crashing, hopefully. Probably not, but we'll do it anyway. Cool. Alright, so the timing for this run actually starts when I do the first text box in File City. So there's like a 1 minute, 1 second at worst intro cutscene that depends on how, you know, how consistent your mashing is. It can be 59 seconds if you're really good, or, you know, not good if you're bad at it. Alright, yeah, I'm ready. So count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, so this is Digimon World 80%. It is a lot different to what I did PAX and ASM. You'll probably notice that the estimate I have for this run is 50 minutes at the moment. That is nowhere near what the actual run is. So we offered a bonus game, and I'm doing Beyblade after this to fill the extra time. Now, the run I did prior was hour and 30-minute estimate. The game has been significantly broken with the use of text storage glitch, which allows you to access out-of-bounds items and buy glitched items that you can rewrite scripted events in the game to be completed before you do them. So it's very much like a Pokemon Red run now, like a Pokemon Red 80% run, in terms of like what we can do. So they stole RNG manipulation from us, we're stealing their arbitrary code execution. So I'm going to start the run off by doing what I've done in previous marathons, and that's doing bonus try slots, which are RNG manipulated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do this first try. So I might be a bit silent here, so just bear with me. Okay, so I've got to do this 8 times. So what I'm doing when I'm walking away from Agumon is I'm doing catch-ups, which advance the RNG by 1 each time, and this allows me to set up the RNG to be what I need it to be to do the manipulation. Alright, so far so good. Damn, okay. So I do have a save game that's just after the intro cutscene. This does mean that no world record this time, unfortunately. So the current best time for this is a 16:45 by me. The route has a few more optimizations that can be made. We can set up the glitch that I will be doing, and I'll explain a bit more about that when I get there. We found that we can set it up easier elsewhere, but we have to RNG manipulate a fight to work in our favor. And that should save another like 20 seconds or so on the run. So when we get to that, when I get back from PAX, I'm going to be looking into that to try and save a bit more time on this category. But so far, the 16:45 is actually a really good time. Okay, 2 more to go. Last one. Alright, got it. Second try, that's not too bad. I'll take that for a marathon for sure. So now I'm going to RNG manipulate the Agumon fight so I get item drop. And I do that by holding R1 to slow walk and hold down. And that puts me in a consistent position for Agumon, my Agumon, and also my main character. Yeah, you can read donation. Yeah, go for it.
We have a $20 donation with no comment or anything like that, but thank you anyway. And we have a $4.20 donation from H.12 that says, "Hey there, PAX. Good luck to you, Raikou. Show them what the Digimon community is capable of. Also, make sure to not crash at Glitch Shop 1. Have fun at the marathon, everyone, and greetings from Germany."
He donated $4.20, so I guess that's going to happen now. I won't crash at all because of that donation, so thank you, man. Also, shout out to H. He just recently got Digimon World 3 world record, so congrats to him on that one. So where I'm heading now is I'm going to trigger Coelamon so I can get across to the tropical jungle. Normally in like a casual playthrough, you go back to the bridge to trigger the Digimon bridge so you can cross the lake or cross to the jungle without using Coelamon. But we actually don't need to do that at all this run, so we don't go back to the bridge at all. This is kind of where it like differs quite a bit. This is where things start getting a little bit like just don't even match to the old run at all. So after I've crossed to the jungle, I'm actually going to go recruit Betamon. Betamon and Agumon are like the only 2 recruitments you get in this run legitimately. The rest, you actually just unlock the final boss area and don't have to get any more prosperity points, which normally to beat the game you need 50, and that unlocks the final boss area. So I've kind of got a visual cue at the moment to tell what RNG I'm on. You can see that there's 3 Digimushrooms that are spawned on the ground here. Those actually tell me that right now I'm on the correct path I need to be to get this to work. So Betamon is actually the easiest recruitment in the game. You just talk to him, he sniffs you, and he's like, "Hey, that's the city, I want to go back." And he just walks back. So we need Betamon because he actually opens the shop, and then you use him to glitch the items. So I'm going to go into Amida Forest, which is the place you recruit Centauromon, if you can get past the puzzle he's got for you. But we don't actually recruit Centauromon, we just get an autopilot from there and autopilot back to town. So I'm just going to position myself here, because if I don't do this right, I'll actually get triggered and get attacked. So I had to kind of position myself correctly and then hold up right or up left to get through it. Oh, we ate the autopilot first try. That's good. Saving more time. Saves about 11 seconds to not have to scold him and then feed him the autopilot again. Normally, in like a, when going for world record attempts, you would aim to RNG manipulate that first try feed. But yeah, in a marathon, it doesn't really matter. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to train 8 times HP training, so we can get his HP over 1,000. But we're also exhausting him so much that he gets sick. Now, I know what you're thinking, this is animal abuse. It's very, very important to get the sick text box to happen when you're picking up an item, so that way it overlaps and it causes the glitch to work. Trust me, he ends up fine. He wins at the end. So do this till 1046. Cool, now we're done. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go rest twice so that it gets rid of his tiredness level. He's got 100% tiredness at the moment. We need to bring it down slightly so that the sickness can happen in 1 hour on the in-game clock. which is 1 minute real time when you're not on a loading screen. So rest twice, and then we need to hope that an item, whether it be a Digimushroom or anything really, spawns on the first native forest screen. If it doesn't, I do have a backup save that guarantees that I get the Digimushroom to spawn, so we do have a backup plan if this doesn't work out. Now, that's not the only thing I need to worry about, because if that item spawns and I get it, I then need to hope that the first time I open the glitch shop, it doesn't crash the game. It has a 50% chance of crashing the game. Oh, we've got the Digimushroom, so we're all good on this so far. So now I have to wait for the clock hand to hit the top of the clock, and then he'll get sick. So while I've got this text box open, it will overlap like this, and then I'll have one stuck on the screen. So to fix this, I just close and open that, and then it stops it from gaining extra text box with everything I talk to. This allows me to not have duplicate text boxes and basically crash the game because it has too much on screen at one time. So now I need to open my player menu and close it, which leaves it on screen like that. Okay, reset. Yeah, so sometimes when I select the menu, it will freeze like that. It's pretty much 50-50 chance, and there's so far not much you can do about it. We've been looking into ways to prevent it, but it's just seeming like at this stage the only way to prevent it is to not do multi-glitch shop, which I need to use the glitch shop 3 or 4 times. The person who found this, actually I want to quickly speak about that as well. Getter92 had been looking into quite a few glitches for the game. For the very beginning of it, he was finding very minor things, and it was just coming up to like, oh, you can save some time at 100 PP if you do this. And those were really good things. But this find was just like the biggest breakthrough for this game. It's, as you can see, it's pretty inconsistent, but it's definitely worth it when it saves 50 minutes from the original run. So it's actually caused a category split on speedrun.com. So now there's any percent no major glitches, and 100 PP has major glitches and no major glitches as well. So yeah, there's just a lot more ways to run this game now with this glitch, and it's really, really nice now. Because I've been running this for like 3 years, so it's nice to have something fresh finally. Alright, so shout outs to the Crash community, because Crash is sick. So it's like, we'll name the Digimon that, and it comes up Crash is sick, so yeah, you know. Okay, 2 times. It really does seem like it's 50-50. Normally I get it within like the 3rd go, on average. We believe the crash has something to do with where your pointer is when you open the cell menu. You want it to be on screen and not out of bounds. If your pointer's out of bounds, the game just doesn't know what to do and it just has a heart attack. But funny enough, this only happens on console as well, which is like the worst thing, because this category is not possible on emulator because of rules set in place to make emulator not have an advantage over proper console runs. So it pretty much puts us into a place where we have to run on console and deal with the crashing. So wait for the glitch again. So I'm going to try something different this time and see if I can get it to work. Because it seems like different situations cause... it's probably a placebo effect more than anything else, but it seems to help. That's so unlucky.
Have you got a save for after?
I don't.
It'll be right.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll just take a little bit of time.
Got a large estimate anyway.
I got a first try in practice. Should have just streamed that. it's unfortunately really hard to make a backup save past this point as well, because the glitch that you do doesn't carry over to your save games. So yeah, it's hard to save and then keep it already active. Otherwise, yeah, like that would definitely have been something I've done, just to make sure this was, you know, not going to take too long. But like, yeah, just from like my general practice, it's happened a lot sooner than this. So as I was mentioning, this is just really unlucky. Alright, cool, we got it. So, alright, so now the complete shop is absolutely empty. So I have to count how many times I go up here. Okay, so I buy 32 of this glitched item, which has no icon, no name. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I went 1 too far, that's fine. Okay, there it is. So that's just buying a bunch of triangles. Now I'm buying super restores, which are not normally available in the shop. I'm buying MP floppies, which are available in the shop, but I have like a max amount of bits at the moment. So I'm opening the glitch shop again, but this time it will not crash. Like, it never crashes. Sometimes it will pause like this for a few seconds. I still don't know why that happens, but it does. It doesn't actually affect anything though. You still get the same shop. So I'm buying one item. I'll explain exactly why the items are different this time in just a moment. Okay, so what happens when you open a shop and you close it, like using the sell menu, is the value that you get that gets added once you talk to Agumon. There's like a value somewhere in the game that gets added when you talk to a shopkeeper. That actually is meant to be cleared out after you close the shop, but in this case it actually doesn't clear out. So you get it stuck in this value, and that sets your items to be different. So we end up with a different pool of items. So what I've just done there is I've deposited some items into the warehouse which set the scripted events to be completed. Also added extra items to the shop, which has put me in a different pool of items yet again. And this allows me to buy a glitched item that will unlock the final boss area. So I'm just gonna 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I'm buying a horn helmet, which will give me Carbuteriumon. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then buying double floppies for health and MP regeneration. I'm buying this item, which will deload Metal Greymon and Devimon from the final boss area, so I don't have to fight them. And I'm buying this item, which will unlock the final boss area. I'm also going here and buying DV Chip A, which will give me a huge boost in stats, but will lower my Digimon's lifespan. It's basically a huge trade-off, but it's definitely worth it in this regard because our Digimon is nowhere near old enough to die. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the game. So as you can see, a lot different to the last run since we're like 18 minutes in and we're almost finished. So so dropping that item in and then dropping the 4 of the other glitched item that unlocks the final boss area. So now I've beaten Metal Greymon, Devimon, and I've unlocked the final boss area so I can go fight Machine Dramon. So I'm going to keep Agumon active. So there's the waterfall that's meant to be there, stopping you passing without 50 prosperity points, and it's gone. So it's like just not even there anymore. So this is the final dungeon of the game. So I'm just going to focus a little bit here because these dodges are the hardest in the game. Definitely is worthy of final dungeon title. So you're probably wondering, like, I've got the horn helmet for Carbuterimon. Why aren't I digivolving into Carbuterimon yet? So I'm keeping him until I get to the last room, because when I digivolve into Carbuterimon, the happiness level that he has right now, which is non-existent, will cause him to get a butterfly, which will drop his stats. So I want to do this later, so that way I get into an encounter before I lose stats. So upcoming is the hardest dodge in the game. Not this one, the next one. So you have to kind of line yourself up, walk close enough, pull back, and then just get him to run after you. So that, no encounters, good. So I'm going to explain why we picked Carbuterimon. So Carbuterimon's default ability is Poison Jab, which has Poison status effect, obviously. The Poison status effect is an RNG value that changes from, I think it's like 88 to 282 damage, along with doing about 180 damage average. So those two things together outweigh getting, like learning an ability elsewhere before fighting Machinedramon, because then you don't have to fight anything. So I still had the glitch on the screen. Digivolving to Carbuterimon is going to remove the glitch entirely, so now I'm just going to be finishing the run. So, there is something that can happen, and to be honest, I really want it to, because it will be really, really funny. The animations for Machinedramon and Carbuterimon can soft lock and just not move. This will cause the run to be just ended, but it will be very, very funny to have them just stand there and do nothing. Last time I had it happen, only Machinedramon's animation soft lock, and it was just a free win. He didn't even attack for the rest of the fight. So I'm hoping that happens more than anything else, because that will still be really funny. The other thing as well is when I call attack, the attack command in battle, my main character moves closer to my Digimon. So when I did that, I actually moved the main character all the way inside Carbuterimon. He was just like calling out inside of him. It was pretty good. So I'm hoping that happens again. Other than that, it will just be a normal fight. Just, standard stuff. So this fight is a lot longer than the 80% no major glitches way of fighting, because you have Thunder Justice in that run, whereas this you just have Poison Jab, which is a lower attack damage attack. So he can't one-shot me with that ability. He can only one-shot me with Thunder Justice, where he does a lightning bolt down me. If he does hit me with that, I have super restores to revive myself. So there is no danger of dying in this run, unless I just don't look at it for 5 seconds, which is highly unlikely. Cool, he's kind of just bashing him in the corner. That's great. So yeah, as you can see, he has a lot of health, and I'm hitting him very slightly, and that's, you know, pretty slow. But the use of the finisher is the big thing. Okay, I cancelled him using Thunder Justice. That's good. That's what you want. Oh no, no! Damn it. Okay, so I lost my finisher because I just did a really bad time. Hopefully it just constantly blocks, because when you get blocked and you block yourself, it actually, that raises your finisher meter faster. So if that happens, that would be really preferred. So yeah, I die to Thunder Justice every time. There's no way to avoid it unless I was to train more HP. But it's not worth the trade-off when you can just revive. Okay, he's doing his finisher. Alright, that was a bad timing. Alright, this time I'll get the finisher. Okay, so still a little bit more to go. So how many is that? That's like 4 deaths to this boss so far. Ooh, blocked. Wait, what? Oh, time. He died to the poison. Okay. That's the best end. We did it, Crash Bandicoot. Alright, cool. So, I have got another run after this. I'm doing Beyblade. I'm more excited for Beyblade than this run. Like, it was good